Introducing a Sanwa Denshi product. The all-new Silent JLF. This is an updated version of Sanwa Silent Joystick. This new version provides significant improvements in sound dampening and ease of installation. The original Silent JLF joystick used 4 separate Omron microswitches with .187 fastener connections and a 5-pin converter cable. Drawing upon familiar features in the past, with this updated model, Sanwa put the microswitches back on the familiar TPMA PCB enclosure with 5-pin harness. Now installation is as simple and reliable as it used to be. Sanwa's new blue restrictor plate is now a one-piece design. This restrictor plate eliminates the slight wobble that is found in the original restrictor plate's separate pieces, the insert and gate itself. The control PCB for this updated Silent JLF uses Omron D2RB-G-SD2 microswitches, providing even quieter operation. Let's take a look at both an original JLF joystick and the new updated Silent Sanwa JLF joystick and see what we can find. This is the standard Sanwa JLF found in most sticks with arcade quality parts these days. As you can probably tell, it's quite clicky, but I wouldn't call it noisy by any means. To most arcade stick users, it provides both physical feedback and audio cues, but that means it's also loud enough to provide whomever your opponent is with those same audio cues, cluing them into what your next move might be. Here you can see I'm taking apart the stock JLF and showing you some of the components and parts involved. This is the restrictor gate with removable insert. Over time this can begin to wobble more and more. And this is the TPMA PCB assembly with Omron microswitches of an older design. Let's take a listen. That's where you get those audible clicks from. And here's the mounting plate and shaft assembly. Let's hear what a stock JLF sounds like in action. So I'm using a stock Sanwa JLF joystick with Silent Sanwa OBSC buttons. You can hear the audible clicks coming from the joystick. It's not annoying or anything, but you can definitely tell it's there. I personally don't mind that you can hear your clicks. Sometimes you play off a rhythm, feel, and muscle memory, which lets you know what you're doing in regards to execution. Now let's take a look at what the new Silent Sanwa JLF has to offer. As you can see, there's a new colored restrictor plate, what looks like new Omron microswitches, and a new white actuator. There seems to be a very noticeable reduction in audible clicks. It's practically silent. Let's go ahead and take it apart and see what we can find. Here's that new blue restrictor. It's a one-piece design, which means there's no removable gate, and therefore no more wobble, reducing any future chance of additional clunking and or wear and tear in the future. Sanwa is using a newer Omron microswitch, the D2RB-G-SD2s, to help decrease clicking noise. Sanwa seems to be using a new white actuator in this model, as opposed to the old black actuator that you sometimes see in older JLF models. Let's hear it in action. Okay, first things first. This stick takes quite a bit getting used to if I'm being completely honest. I thought after spending some time with it in training mode and doing some of the combos in this video that I would be okay, but that wasn't quite the case. Switching from a stick with very obvious audio cues to something that is basically silent, save for when you ride or hit the restrictor gate, took quite an adjustment period. I have a feeling that this may be more of a testament to my own personal playing style and preferences though. I even took my Hori VLX with the new Silent JLF installed to where I play casuals and tournaments with local players to get a better feel for it. What I found was that since I was so used to playing a clickier joystick, I found myself not blocking because I wasn't moving my stick to the proper corner or location. And since this JLF is basically silent, and I rely upon those clicks to kind of tell me where I was, this happened quite a bit. There is also noticeably less resistance when compared to a regular JLF joystick. It felt more loose, almost squirrely. I want to say that this is because of the new on-ROM microswitch design, but if you feel so inclined and comfortable modding joysticks, you can try replacing the spring within the shaft assembly to achieve something a little bit more manageable, stiffness-wise. I wouldn't say any of the things I mentioned are deal breakers, but there should be full disclosure when I say that it may or may not take some getting used to. The quality is super nice and what we've come to expect from one of the leaders in arcade parts and accessories.